After the May 7th, 2025 air battle, the Rafale continues to sell like hotcakes, with Dassault receiving more orders than they can handle. Dassault's stock price has skyrocketed, and shareholders are making a fortune. Why is French arms sales so dominant? What are the characteristics of French-made weapons? Why do so many buyers favor them? For the full story, check out this episode of Lao Luo's video, Rafale on Fire. Why is French arms sales so strong? One big advantage of French arms sales is their boldness and willingness to do business with almost anyone. They don't pick and choose buyers, and they don't care who it might offend. If you dare to buy, they'll dare to sell. It's common to see opposing sides both operating French-made fighters, for example, Israel and Iraq, Mirage 3 and Mirage F1, Pakistan and India, Mirage 3 and Rafale, and both sides of the Taiwan Strait, Dolphin helicopters, the Z-9 prototype, and Mirage 2000 fighters. Why can France be so unrestrained in its arms sales? Because French weapons are developed with a high degree of independence, relying primarily on domestic technology and having relatively low dependence on foreign tech. This means fewer restrictions when exporting, and they don't have to worry about other countries' opinions. The downside is that French indigenous technology sometimes lags behind the latest foreign developments. For instance, French aero engines are generally not as powerful as their American or British counterparts. However, the French excel at systems integration. Through innovations in aerodynamic design, such as Dassault's pioneering Delta Wing, the overall performance of their finished products is often very competitive. Daily updating military channel. Follow Lao Luo and never get lost. French-designed fighters have a solid combat record historically. For example, Israel's Mirage 3 fighters, along with the Super Mystère and Vautour bombers, shone brilliantly in the six-day war. Despite having only 180 aircraft of their own, Israel used surprise attacks, rapid turnaround, and multiple waves of sorties to destroy or down over 500 Egyptian, Syrian, and Jordanian aircraft within just a few hours of the war's start. This completely paralyzed the opposing air forces and laid the foundation for Israel's overwhelming victory. Another classic example is the 1982 Falklands War, where Argentina's Super E-tender attack aircraft paired with Exocet anti-ship missiles delivered a devastating blow. They sank the British destroyer HMS Sheffield and the aircraft transport Atlantic Conveyor and were suspected of damaging the carrier HMS Invincible. This combination became legendary overnight. Demand for the Exocet missile surged. It was impossible to keep up with orders. Although France officially imposed an arms embargo on Argentina under British pressure, it did not prevent other users of French weapons from reselling equipment and parts to Argentina. This allowed the Argentine Air Force to continue obtaining French munitions and spares through indirect channels, a perfect example of French cunning. After the May 7th, 2025 India-Pakistan air battle, Pakistan's information warfare initially spread claims that a Rafale had been shot down. This briefly damaged Dassault's reputation and caused its stock price to drop. However, as facts emerged, both Dassault and India denied any Rafale losses, and Pakistan has never provided credible evidence to support its claims. As a result, Rafale sales have actually increased since the May 7th battle. Not only has the Indian Navy ordered an additional 26 carrier-based Rafale MS, but negotiations for the Indian Air Force's large follow-on order of 114 aircraft are also underway. Even Indonesia's long-delayed fighter procurement has finally been settled with the arrival of Rafales. Lao Luo covered Indonesia's fighter purchase in detail in a previous video. Feel free to check it out. Dassault stock has risen more than 35% in the past 6 months, leaving investors very satisfied. Currently, the Rafale has approximately 220 undelivered orders. Once negotiations with the Indian Air Force and Iraq are finalized, the backlog is expected to reach 350 aircraft. With an annual production rate of 25 aircraft, this is enough to keep the production line busy for 14 years. Orders under negotiation. Indian Air Force, 114 aircraft. The Indian Ministry of Defense and Air Force are advancing a procurement worth approximately 3.25 trillion rupees for 114 Rafale fighters. India has agreed to local joint production, and both sides are finalizing technology transfer and manufacturing details. Iraq, 14 aircraft. Iraq is in the final stages of negotiating for 14 Rafale F4 fighters, 10 single-seat and 4 twin-seat. This deal represents Iraq's strategic move toward diversifying its equipment sources and reducing reliance on U.S. systems. Orders in delivery. UAE 80 aircraft, the record-breaking contract signed at the end of 2021, is still being fulfilled. Indian Navy, 26 aircraft. The contract for 26 Rafale M carrier-based fighters, valued at approximately $7.4 billion, was formally signed in 2025. Dassault is preparing production, with deliveries expected to begin in 2027. Indonesia, 42 aircraft. The contract for a total of 42 Rafales is ongoing, with the first 6 delivered to the Indonesian Air Force in May 2026. Serbia, 12 aircraft. The approximately $3 billion contract, signed in August 2024, is in the long-term delivery queue. French Armed Forces, 45 aircraft. These 45 aircraft, built specifically for the French Air and Space Force and Navy, are being delivered in batches. Other customers, Egypt, Qatar, Greece, Croatia, all previous export contracts are being actively fulfilled and delivered. Some people claim that arms sales are not about weapon performance, but about diplomatic alignment and protection fees. However, this cannot explain the strong sales of French weapons. Are so many countries really rushing to pay France protection money? There are only 2 main reasons for the success of French arms. 1. Reputation and proven combat performance. 2. Practicality and minimal diplomatic restrictions. Perhaps this is exactly where the J-10 and J-35 fall short in the export market. If you enjoy Lao Luo's videos, please like, follow, and share them. Show some support for Lao Luo. Thank you all.